Hey guys, welcome back to Crazy. Alright. So honestly, with this being said, I've gone through every part of the component of the computer. I've taken out the RAM, I've taken out the graphics card, I've taken out the motherboard, and I've replaced the motherboard with another one. And I've come down to the conclusion that it is not the processor, it's not the RAM, or we don't know if it's the processor. It's not the RAM, it's not the graphics card because it still boot loops with the both of those out of there. I unplugged everything from the motherboard, so it's not the motherboard. And the power supply. So we've narrowed it down to it is the power supply. So sadly, that's what we're dealing with right now is the power supply failure. A failure to produce enough wattage for my motherboard. My motherboard requires 750 watts. This is a 600 watt power supply. Of course, it's not going to work. It was working last night. Again, for all the viewers, I don't have a monitor. I have a TV. I'm working on getting a monitor. I am. But for the sake of this video, I'm going to let you guys know on two things. Okay, the power supply was working perfectly fine with that motherboard last night until I lifted the case up. Gently grabbed the case and lifted it up. And to grab a cord from underneath it and set it up right. And it freaking went, and then it shut off. It shut off. And then I tried to turn it back on and it boot looped. Boot loop is basically when a power supply can't put enough of voltage and there's a short in the circuit somewhere, and it powers on, powers off, powers on, powers off, and then powers on and stays on. And there's no signal to the TV while it's doing this, so there's really nothing you can do to go into the BIOS settings and fix it. I hooked up my other computer here. As you can see, I'm running my old desktop. You guys remember the Windows screen on GTA 4. That is what we're dealing with for now. A lot of fucking lag on the game I'm playing right now. I'm playing True Crime New York City. It's a ton of fucking lag. The computer hasn't been booted up in almost 4 or 5 years, so it's very slow. I'm working on getting it faster. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to let you guys know on two things. Don't have a monitor, and it is the power supply. We have 100% confirmed it, and my brother has told me specifically to leave my computer on the floor where it is. And not to touch it, not to turn it on, because we could damage any other hardware while the power supply is faulty. So we're not touching anything. I just want to get this video out there and let you guys know that there is no monitor, and I have tried troubleshooting the compatibility. I've watched several videos, and it's either one or two things at this point. It's not the RAM, not the graphics card, not the motherboard. Motherboard lights up, and I plugged in my keyboard to the motherboard, so if the motherboard was fried, the keyboard wouldn't work. So it's none of those. Get out of my computer case, kitty! Yes! And then, so the graphics card, I tried it in my other benchmark test computer, works perfectly fine. RAM, same thing, tried it in there, works perfectly fine. So it leaves down to one major culprit in this whole entire thing, and it's the power supply. And I have one on the way, and it just got shipped about 12 hours ago this morning, so hopefully today, tomorrow, or the next day it'll be here. For the meantime, I will be on my desktop on Discord. If you guys need me, I'll be there. I'll be on my computer still, just not on the main one. One thing I'm going to tell a lot of people that are subscribed to me is you guys need to have a backup computer in case something goes wrong with your primary computer. Now, this is not really considering this a backup computer at this point, but for now it is until I get the one that I need for my backup. I plan on getting a test computer, another test computer. I used to have a huge desktop besides this one, and I lost it. It was in storage, and we lost it. It either got stolen or something. So I lost my main test bench, basically. So, and a test bench is basically where you would test all the components to see if they're fried. They would still be hooked up, and they'd have a power supply and all that. But honestly, I don't have one anymore. I have that desktop, and I have the one my brother has. So tried it, and sure enough, it was not any of those. The only thing we haven't tried is the power supply with the same exact motherboard. So it's got to be the power supply. It has to be. Also, a little quick story here about, I think it was a year and a half ago when I first built this computer. Basically, the power supply was not giving a signal to my old monitor. I had my stepdad come over, and he messed around with the wires and plugged the power supply back in, and it worked. Now, just again, for the sake of this video, I have tested out all of the cords. They are perfectly in the motherboard. We've went through everything. We've diagnosed the power supply, and the power supply is actually faulty. Okay, we did a little test on it. It is faulty. We just don't know how it got faulty. But yeah, so... But anyway, that is what we're dealing with right now. Everything lights up except for the power supply. That flickers on and flickers right off. But a year ago, I tried doing it, and I had no signal on my TV. So I had my stepdad come over. We messed around with the wires. Sure enough, we got the signal to work. But now, about a month and a half ago, I noticed that my fans were shutting off out of nowhere. Like, just nowhere. I would leave it on overnight for one night, and, hey, get out of that bowl, kitty. I'd leave it on for one night, and I'd wake up in the morning, and my fans would be off. Now this, I've contacted J2Sense, who's a famous PC builder, and he basically states that it's the power supply. The power supply is giving out. The voltage is dropping. So it is faulty. That confirms it. I've had an expert confirm. I have many experts confirmed it already. But I do appreciate the comments, for you guys telling me to try things. I have tried them. The only problem is I've pretty much given up at this point. If for any reason the CPU is fried and the power supply is replaced and it still doesn't work, then we really need to rebuild the whole computer and start from scratch again. But with that being said, I don't think it's the motherboard and I don't think it's the CPU, because they're not making a clicking sound. The power supply is not making a clicking sound. If the power supply makes a clicking sound, it's dead. Like, it's not dead, but it will work. But honestly, like I said, main culprit right now that we are confirming is the power supply. If we get it back up and running and the power supply does not work for some odd reason, then I'm going to start looking at other components that have been touched in the last 24 hours. There was only 2 other components that were touched, the motherboard and the processor. Both of those are brand new. So if those are fried, I'm out at $500, because the processor was almost $400 and the RAM was almost $500. Also, in case you guys don't know, Mustang is actually listening on the background right now of this video. Mustang is in Sanitix. I don't know how many times I got to express this on fucking Twitter. Mustang is in Sanitix on Discord. When you join our Discord, I say Mustang. It's because I've been around him since his gamertag was Mustang. He changed it to Insanitix like a year ago. Okay? So, yeah. There was something else I was going to point out in this video. I always have a backup of a computer. That's what I was going to say. And there was one other thing, but I can't remember. But there's another thing I can't stress enough is that you guys need to make sure that you don't touch your components while the computer's on, or move the computer while it's on. And the reason I'm going to say that is because this is what caused this error, is me moving the computer while it was on. From now on, I'm not leaving my computer on all night, ever again. I'm not going to, unless it's downloading something, and I'm not going to move the computer while it's on. It's just like an Xbox. You don't move an Xbox while the fucking disc is on and it's spinning, because it's going to scratch the fucking shit out of the disc. So yeah. But I do have some new content coming to the channel. I have some crack games that I downloaded. I know crack games, so you poor ass motherfucker. Yeah, shut up, whatever. And that. Also, this is what I was going to say. Is Mustang is talking to me right now, and we are talking about getting him his old processor back for the time being until I can get him a Core i7. So right now, I'm thinking about buying his processor off of AliExpress and sending it to him. Although the thing is I can't remember the man's fucking address. It's somewhere on my Amazon. And that's on the desktop, sadly. So, it's on the desktop. Yeah. Also, in case you guys don't know, yes, I'm missing a tooth. Okay, this is what happens when you don't brush your teeth when you're a little kid. Your teeth rot from the fucking inside out. I ate my tooth in my sleep, and I must have spit it up or something, because I woke up with it in my mouth, and there was a chunk missing. Dentist is looking into it, but so far they say they can't fix it unless it's a full set of teeth. So, yeah, you're going to see this every now and then. Still old me, though. I'm still crazy. But I think I'm going to end this video because I actually have some other stuff I need to get to. Somebody requested a realm picture to be made for Minecraft. I don't play Minecraft very much, but because I can't get it to work on my Xbox One X. Another thing real quick before I end this video. Don't buy an Xbox One X. Worst fucking idea ever. My Xbox original was working perfectly fine. No lag, nothing. No fucking freezes, crashes, nothing. I put in the Xbox One X and start playing on it. I can't even play a fucking game anymore. I can't even play a game. That shit is so fucking laggy, it's not even funny. Most powerful console, my ass, $500 down the drain. I thought about selling my Xbox, I really did. I've thought about it a couple times. I mean, because honestly, I don't play it. I'm on PC. And when I do hop on Xbox, nobody fucking wants to do anything with me. And sorry, Vandovich Ruby, for leaving our chat earlier today. I got severely nauseous out of nowhere and a headache. In case you guys don't know, I've been gaming since I was about 2 years old. And what happens is, if I don't game after a certain amount of time, my head starts to hurt, like right in here. Like right in here. And it's where I smashed my head when I was a kid. I don't know why it is in the same exact area. It is, but doctors have confirmed that it is gaming wise. If I quit gaming for more than a couple hours and I don't do anything or stare at a screen, it happens. Another thing that happens is I get nauseous very quickly. Like, I will literally stop talking it to the point where I will just go quiet in the car or anything. So yeah. But, like I said, I'm going to end this video because I got stuff to do. I got freaking Realm stuff to do. I've got, other things to do. But hopefully tomorrow my power supply will come and we can get this back up and running. But for now, guys, I'm out of commission again. I was out of commission about 6 months ago due to the fact of my cat being ESDing my computer at my old house. And now I'm out of commission again. Me and Mustang are both in the same boat. We're both running 10 FPS. But soon that's going to change, because as soon as Amazon gives me my money back, I'm going to order his processor. Yeah. But you guys have a great one. This is crazy. I'm out. Peace. And I'm deeply, deeply sorry about this. And it will not happen again, because I make mistakes and I fix them. Have a good one, guys. Crazy out. Peace.